Hey guys, it's Karwick here. I'm actually here today to show you guys a video. This is a comparison video. This isn't a how-to video. I might be making a how-to video, but we'll look at this in the future. But anyways, this video is about Auctionator and TradeSkillMaster. We're gonna compare the two. So let's get to the comparing. Now, obviously, my TradeSkillMaster isn't going to have. I have the little feature box here, the little clicker button over there. You know, it has all the stuff you go through. Well, technically, a lot of people have told me that this is complicated to use. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. To learn it, probably. I have used it on a couple occasions. My buddy Wolf, who's here with me, has used it on a time to time, I think, as well, right?
Yeah.
And we actually have another particular program that we use, but like I said, we're going to discuss the advantages and disadvantages. Now, obviously, it might be a little more complicated for some of you to learn. Because there is a lot you have to do. We're going to go up here real quick and use borrow Wolf's auction house and bring up the auction house. Now, as you can see, I've just recently downloaded it. I have all the little buttons, and it's going to try to take me through everything and explain everything. But these three here, obviously, are our normal auction house buttons. We do have the ones that come with TSM, which are house setting it up. Now there's a lot you got to do. Now I am going to put a version of TradeSkillMaster in the link in the description below for you guys, if you guys want kind of a TradeSkillMaster for dummies. It just kind of gives you a little info on how to set it up and whatnot. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this particular one because this isn't the one that I use. But the link in the link that I'm gonna put, I think I'll have to add another link for an update because there's something about the link's old or whatever. But there will be two links. One will take you to the actual thing to kind of describe to you on how to use it, and the other one will be the actual updated version of TradeSkillMaster. So there's going to be two different links. You'll probably want to click them both. But anyways, we're going to go in here to inventory helper. Okay, we have, it's kind of giving me on what prices and whatnot, and bags and all that good stuff. So it's telling me, like, example, we'll pick this here. Okay, I have 1,396 of those. We don't know what they sell for, obviously, because they don't sell, obviously, if I remember correct. No, those do sell. That's right. It doesn't say what they sell for because I haven't put any on the auction house yet. But yeah, it kind of gives you what you have in your guild vault, what you have in the auction house, what's in what bags, how many bags you have, and then it'll usually tell you the value, but you're going to have to update it, of course. Now they do have a macro setup if you do use macros. I am actually planning on making a video on macros because I do use them myself, but it does have the macro buttons for it as well, and then it has custom prices where you can set, if I remember correctly, it's TSM features, or is it? It's in the options. This is where things get a little complicated because you got to go in here and set it up, and as you can see, I have from accounting to auctioning to crafting to destroying mail. I have tons of stuff for this auctioneer. Shopping, crafting, you see it all in there. I have all the add-ons for this. But to be honest, it is probably one of the better ones if you're going to run the auction house. If you want to own the auction house and make lots of gold and you farm, I'm not going to lie, this is probably the one for you, but you're going to have to learn it. Now, like I said, I have used it from time to time, so has Wolf. I don't really know exactly how much he's used it. Have you used it like a lot, or
I probably used it for maybe 4 or 5 months straight, and then I just got to the point where it's like, oh, I know exactly how the auction house works now, so I don't have to use this add-on if I don't want to.
yeah,
But yeah, it's definitely probably the one of the best add-ons out there overall. If you just really want to learn how to run the auction house and make everybody only pay your prices in a sense.
yeah, pretty much. So you saw that I went in there and I started a scan. I stopped the scan because obviously I'm not going to be keeping this particular add-on because I use the other one we're going to be discussing a little bit more. But you will have to scan the auction house. It probably takes about a half hour or so to run that scan. So you can go make you something to eat, make you some tea, get you a pop, whatnot. Come back and it should be done and scan. Now you have a full scan too. If you notice there's a couple scan options that you do have access to here. You have, what was it? I just had it here. Yeah, it has. You can run a full scan, or you can get an all scan, or you can scan selected groups. Like say you want to scan a particular item, it will scan that item. But like I said, I'm not getting into the whole tutorial because that's not for this particular video. But for it, it is a really good add-on. There's some work you got to do to get it set up, to get it working properly. And once you get it, you get the auction house scanned. There is another item that comes with this, which you can download. It's not, they don't really, well, I guess TradeSkillMaster kind of recommends it, but I downloaded it. It's the TradeSkillMaster app for the desktop. Now, technically, it basically backs up all your information. So say you have some issues with your TradeSkillMaster, you can go to that and it'll have all the backups that you have. So it saves everything to the computer. I'm not going to get in, like I said, much more with this one because I don't really use this one a lot. I have, like I said, in the past. Wolf has used it in the past. Once you learn the auction house, it's perfect. You can make some bank with it, or you can use another one, which we'll be back shortly with, and I will show you the other one that we use. Alright guys, now, like I said, we really didn't do much on TSM because I really wasn't here to discuss TSM. I'm more to discuss the one that me and my buddy here actually use, which is Auctionator. Now, with this particular one, I've been using it for quite some time now. It's a really good add-on. As you can see, it basically has the extra tabs too, like you have the buy, and you have the sell, and then you have more. Now, this is kind of where it gets a little interesting, being that, because I just had to put this, it's going to have to learn everything all over again because I had to run these two apps separately. So say we're gonna yellow, we'll throw these on the auction house. And for those 457, we'll put it in for 24, 48 hours, yellow it. Anyways, they're going to sell for, see, it gives you kind of a sell price. It tells you what the items per item are going. Now, this is just, now you can actually run a scan, and then of course we can go into the options here. You can do some setting up, and there's not a lot of setting up to do. Like it has, you can show starting price, you can, it has tooltips, it has undercutting people. My undercutting is by 5%, so I'm always going to be 5% lower than whoever's selling something. And like I said, this is going to have to like rescan because, like I said, I had did the video for TSM, and now my auctioneer is a little goofy because I had to redo it. But this particular add-on, like I said, me and my buddy Wolf, we both use it. Now, once you learn the auction house, once you actually learn it, it's easy. You can sit here and throw all types of stuff in there, and it'll usually, if there's something in there, it's going to price it, as you can see. Okay, Technically, it's pricing it for the same exact price as that guy's. For some odd reason. Oh no, that's history. Never mind. Current. There ain't one in there currently. My fault. Now, if we go to history, obviously, I had sold it for 644 gold. I'm going to throw it back in there for that, being that it's not in there. It will hold your history, and it lets you know when your auctions, your average auctions. Now, no, I don't want to cancel auction. I have a bunch of stuff I got to throw back in there anyways. But it's a bit more simplified. It's a little easier to learn. It's not like, okay, you have to go in there and you have to set this setting and set that setting. Like I am going to have to rescan. Of course, there is a scan. You do want to let it do a scan because, and the scan don't take very long. It takes maybe 5-10 minutes max, depending on your realm and your auction house. Now, if there's a lot of stuff in your auction house, it's going to take a while. If there isn't a lot, it won't take as long. But yeah, it's a much simplified, smaller version, basically a TSM. It's easier to learn. Now, the add-on doesn't come with this particular mail add-on. This is Postal, which I use. Now, TSM has their own, and I like Postal because you can sit there, hit open all. If you have like pages of mail, GG, all your mail is going to come into your bag. But it's basically a simplified version of TSM, much simplified. You don't have a ton of stuff you got to do. It does give you the prices. You can set it. You can set the items actually. Like say, like if you noticed, I sold 400 and something giant bones. Okay, now say I want to sell one bone at a time. It's just like the auction house. You can sit here. Well, I already have the bones. Okay, here, we'll throw one of these in there, just YOLO it. Okay, see how it's saying one stack of 20? Okay, you can change it to say if you want to sell 20 at 5 stacks or at 1 stack, or it shows the price. And of course you can set it for 12 hours, 48 hours, or 24 hours, however you want to do it. And my discount, like I said, I usually keep it about 5%, which you can go into the options here and edit that. Edit your undercutting. See, like mine set at 5% right here. You can set it at 3%, 1%, 10%, whatever percent you want to put it at, and it'll, every time you put a particular item on the auction house, it will actually show up, you know, at that percent. It'll have your starting price discount. Now, we're actually not going to sell that because I actually made that for one of my characters. And another really cool add-on that I like to use, I'm sure it's, I don't know if you guys know, see, I really don't, that's one of my hats, as you can see, is Mogget. And it kind of lets you see things, you know, it kind of strips your character down, puts the particular item on your character so you can see what the item looks like and if it sells. Now, another thing I do like with my Auctionator is you see the prices over here. Now, the same thing is in TSM. You know, you have the vendor price, you have a disenchant price, you have an auction price. But I don't think I have anything else that's pretty much auctionable. Yeah, I do. Okay, yeah. See, that goes in the auction for 50 gold. So technically, if we throw that in there, we'll put that in there for 24 hours and 50 gold. But now, if there's somebody that has something in there, like, let's see, if somebody have, okay, see, somebody has an item in here. Okay. It takes it and it puts it to the lowest price, you know, so that yours sells quicker. If we noticed when it was over here in my window, it said it sold for 200 and something gold. There is one that sells for 200 and something gold, and then this one that's selling for 40. So we're probably not going to throw it in there. We're going to wait till we can get the 200 gold out of it. Like this one sells for 184 gold. Let's see. Okay, now it sells for 324. So technically it's basically a double. So we will throw that in there for 2 days and let it rip. But, and you can, like I said, you can still do a full scan, which, like I said, I'm going to have to redo. I'm going to have to run a full scan on it again so that my Auctionator will actually update with all the prices and everything. But There will be a link to this in the description below as well, which is like I said, my preferred one. My buddy uses it as well. We kind of both prefer it over the other one. You know, he does use the other one from time to time, and I have used it. It's not really my cup of tea. And I understand a lot of you, there's so many options in there you have to figure out. There's videos out there. There is guides out there on how TSM works. In my overall version, I like Auctionator. TSM, I think, is the one that started it. If I remember correctly, they're like the top auction one because there's so much you have. There's so many things you have to do with it. But there's so many add-ons you have to get with it. With this particular add-on, there's just the one add-on. You throw it in there, you're done. Like Postal, if you guys want that, I'll put a link of that in the description below as well. That's a very nice mail program. I do have a lot of add-ons that I use. I just don't like throw them all out there. I will kind of sit down one day and make a video, just me and you guys, and show you the add-ons that I use, why I use certain ones. But yeah, overall, in my opinion, I prefer the one that I use, which is Auctionator. Wolf, you, to be honest, between the two, which one would you prefer? I know which one you use, and I know you use the other one from time to time. Which one do you actually prefer?
The Auctionator one.
The Auctionator.
But like I said, I already know how to use the auction house. I can use any of the auction add-ons if I wanted.
Correct. Right. Now, now, if you don't know how to use the auction house, Auctionator's great, but TSM is better if you can learn how to use it. I won't lie, TSM is one of the better ones. If you can take the time to learn it. Like I said, I am going to put a link for TSM, TSM for Dummies down below. There's a couple links for that I'm putting in there. I'll put the links for the ones that I use down below. Everything I'm using is off Curse. Awesome, because you know that's the only one you want to download from. You don't want to download from anybody else. Well, there's another one out there, I think, but I stick with Curse. Being Curse works solely with WoW. Well, they work with other games too for other add-ons, but for these particular add-ons that we're advertising technically for the game, they're free, no money. A lot of people put, oh, you have to pay for this or pay for... No, free. Everything is free. If you're going to make gold in WoW, it's going to be free. You're not going to have to pay to make gold. You're going to have to work your way up to make gold. Trust me, I learned it too. I started making little bits of gold. I can make a lot of gold now. But yeah, guys, just kind of wanted to give you guys a little comparison. Like, I didn't do a lot for TSM because, like I said, I'm not a big TSM fan anymore. I'm more of an Auctionator fan, so you have your choice of the two really good auction programs. From what I prefer and what other, and I'm not gonna lie, other YouTubers, they're always talking about TSM. Now, it is, like I said, one of the top for you new players, and if you want to take the time to learn it, it's probably one of the best. But if you want something simplified, you can use this one. If you know how to use the auction house, this is another good one as well. But if you want to kind of learn the auction house, you can use this one, then move over to TSM, so you kind of learn it. However you guys want to do it, just kind of want it to be like, you know, my preference over the two. Like I said, I have used the other one, and I'm really not a big fan of it because there's so many downloads you have to do to it, so much crap you have to do for it. This particular one just doesn't have a whole lot you got to do. Alright guys, until the next video, this is Karwick and his buddy Wolf. We're out.